What's up, YouTube? What's happening? Yeah, man, I had to make this video because it's a lot of people that's misconstrued about this whole Gunna Young Thug situation, talking about he's snitching, man. He didn't snitch, man, and I'm gonna tell you why. In Georgia, it's a law that if you have not already pled out as a convicted felon, you can plead out a thing called First Offenders Act. That's to anybody that's not a convicted felon yet. I won't give a damn how many misdemeanors you done caught. If you haven't pled out to becoming a convicted felon, then it's a thing called First Offenders, to where they suspend your whole sentence and give you hella probation. The probation is very strict. It's the worst probation you could ever think of. It's worse than the drug probation. I think the regular probation is the drug court. Excuse me. It's worse than drug court. So it's pretty much they have to report twice a week, do drug tests, the whole nine, like they fucking caught a case like they fucking, do cocaine or something, or some fucked up ass drug or something. And another reason as to why he didn't snitch is because once you plead out and you get probation, you then become property of the state. Young Thug is not out of prison yet. He is still in Fulton County State custody. You know what I'm saying? Because for the whole rest of the 4 years, he is under state custody that he has that suspended sentence. So what this means is that if he fucks up one time, not only does he go back in there, but he'll go to prison, and he's basically the property of the state for the next 4 years, put it like that. So with that being said, when you're the property of the state, you pretty much got to do what the fuck they tell you to do. So yeah, if they ask him to be a witness, or if they ask him to do, which they're not gonna do, because once he gets on probation, the probation is just gonna pretty much just monitor him. They're not gonna give a fuck about him coming in and doing no Crime Stopper commercial. They ain't gonna give a fuck about none of that stuff that the internet is talking about. The only thing that they gonna want is the money, whatever fine that they got to pay him. They gonna want him to go to the community service, go to the schools, talk to the kids, or pick up trash. He can find any kind of community service. He don't gotta go do what they tell him to do. He can go to a church. He can go to the Goodwill and work at the Goodwill. He can go to a school and talk to the kids. But whatever it is, it has to be like a company that certifies in stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So he has to go get a paper, get them to fill it out, take it to his probation officer, the whole nine, like he's on real probation. You know what I'm saying? So this is why Gunna didn't snitch. All he did was plea out to a fucked up deal. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, the reason why I made this video is because I've seen a lot of young guys get messed up the same way. A lot of young kids get messed up the same way, taking these first offender deals. It ain't nothing but slavery, because you're gonna mess up. There's no way that you're gonna be able to do the whole time on the streets without smoking a blunt, without going to a club, taking a drink, without getting in your car if you ain't got no license and going to drive to the store. There's no way that you can get out of going to prison once you sign this first offender shit. I'm telling you, if you sneeze wrong, you go to prison. So this is why Gunna did not snitch. He told what they already knew. The guy already had told him last month that YSL and 4PF is a gang. The dude that got locked up for the murder, you know what I'm saying? The dude that got locked up for the murder that killed the guy on the golf course. Remember, he came out and he said, yes, YSL is a gang, 4PF is a gang. So how did Gunna snitch on anybody when they already knew that? If you pull me over and I'm driving, let's say, for example, I'm driving my car, My Cadillac, I got a nice little Cadillac, you know what I'm saying? You in the passenger seat, you stuff a gun and drugs underneath my seat. The police pull me over. They ask me, yo, whose is this? I'm gonna tell them it ain't mine. You want me to say, hey, and claim the shit and go to jail when we both can one of us can stay out in the streets? You know what I'm saying? Hell no. I'm not finna claim that shit. So I'm not gonna be like the shit is yours, but I'm gonna be like, yo, the shit ain't mine. You figure it out. And if he say, well, the shit is underneath your seat, so you go to jail, that's what the fuck happens. So that's not snitching. That's not snitching. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to understand what the fuck y'all be saying when y'all put this snitching tag on motherfuckers. That shit ruin people's lives. That shit fuck people up. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I got into the memes and the funny shit, because the shit is funny. The shit was funny when they put the cheese in front of the man, truck and shit. That shit was funny as hell. You know what I'm saying? But in real life scenario, the man did not snitch. You know what I'm saying? He didn't. You know what I'm saying? He got himself out of trouble. He did a little dry snitching, but that's different than getting actually on the stand and pointing a finger and say, yeah, he did that murder. He did that armed robbery. I saw him run up in that house and burglarize that house. It's way different than that. So until Gunna gets on that stand and starts implementing people, start saying, Young Thug did this. I saw Yak Gotti do that. I saw, you know what I'm saying, whoever do that. Duke do that. I saw, you know what I'm saying, Slime do that. Slime Life Shouty do that. He is not snitching. So y'all need to understand that, and y'all need to get that shit right. I don't even give a fuck. I'm just making this video so that the kids can understand what the fuck is going on. Not only that the man didn't snitch, but also he took a fucked up ass deal when he took that first offender shit. And I think that they really trying to deflect off of that by throwing this narrative out there saying that the man done told snitching with whatever the fuck. What they want the man, everybody got to take some shit to trial? Do everybody got to take it to trial? So you trying to tell me that everybody that takes a plea is a snitch? Right. I'm out, man.